The Trump administration is planning to revoke the legal status of 240,000 Ukrainians. These individuals fled to the United States during the ongoing conflict with Russia. This decision follows a public feud between President Trump and Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The U.S. has temporarily suspended military aid to Ukraine. This suspension occurred after Zelenskyy left a White House meeting without signing important minerals agreement. Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance have accused Zelenskyy of ingratitude towards the U.S. The revocation of legal status marks policy shift. It reverses the welcoming stance established by the Biden administration. The Biden administration initiated the Uniting for Ukraine program in 2022. This program allowed U.S.-based individuals and organizations to sponsor Ukrainian refugees. The current plan to deport Ukrainians has been in development for some time. It is part of a broader effort to eliminate migrants who entered the U.S. under temporary humanitarian parole programs. On his first day in office, Trump vowed to end such programs. This decision puts over 530,000 migrants at risk of deportation. This includes Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans who entered legally. It also affects more than 70,000 Afghans who fled the Taliban. The dynamics between the U.S. and Ukraine have changed. Following the White House clash, the U.S. has paused intelligence sharing with Ukraine. This suspension coincided with a Russian attack on Zelenskyy's hometown. The attack targeted Kryvyi Rih with ballistic missiles. Tragically, at least 4 people were killed and over 30 were injured. Zelenskyy described the missile strike on a hotel in Kryvyi Rih. He noted that volunteers from a humanitarian organization had checked into the hotel just before the attack. They survived by evacuating their rooms in time. The situation remains dire for Ukrainians both in Ukraine and those seeking refuge in the U.S. The Trump administration's actions could have far-reaching implications. Deporting Ukrainians may strain U.S.-Ukraine relations further. It could also impact the humanitarian efforts that have been ongoing since the onset of the conflict. The U.S. has historically played a role in supporting Ukraine against Russian aggression. As the situation evolves, many will be watching closely. The response from the Ukrainian government and its citizens will be crucial. The global community is also likely to weigh in on these developments. Humanitarian concerns are at the forefront of this crisis. The potential deportation of Ukrainians raises questions about human rights and international obligations. The U.S. has a history of providing refuge to those fleeing conflict. In this way, the Trump administration's plan to revoke legal status for 240,000 Ukrainians is policy shift. It reflects broader changes in U.S. immigration policy under the current administration. The implications for U.S.-Ukraine relations and the humanitarian landscape remain to be seen.